Welcome to Advanblack's YouTube channel. I'm Steve, service technician for Advanblack, and today we've got the Lowrider S back here on the lift, and I'm going to show you how to install short levers. So as always, we'll have a link down in the description for the short levers over to the Advanblack website. Underneath that link, you'll see the fitment, and of course it'll be over on the website as well. But today we're going to be installing these short levers over on the Lowrider S. So these are CNC cut billet aluminum, and today we'll be replacing the stock large levers that are up here on this bike. It's pretty easy to do, so let's get the camera over here and get this started. So we're going to start over here on the brake side. This side has a few more steps than the clutch side does, but both sides are pretty easy. The first thing we're going to do on both sides is take the mirror off, and that also holds your turn signal bracket on the bottom. So we got a 1/2-inch acorn nut down here that we're going to loosen. You should have a lock washer on the bottom of this one. So the mirror will stay in the perch, so don't worry about that falling out. Just save your washer, let your turn signal drop down, and then pull your mirror out. Now from there, you're going to have this pin in the top, and on the bottom, you're going to have a little C-clip that goes on there that holds this pin in. You're going to have to get yourself a set of these, or find a way to get that thing off and not lose it. I've been in a pinch before and taken them off with a little pick or something like that, but it's very easy to fling these things across the garage. So just be careful taking the clips out. So there, so we get that up to focus. You can see that little clip there and these little pliers. Put them in there and spread that and pull those off. If you're not familiar with those type of clips, like I said, they're easy to just kind of ting and they're gone. So just be very careful pulling that off. Now on the brake side, we have to remove this top cap. We've got a Torx 25 bolt here. And then we have a Torx 25 down here. And then you can take this top cap and roll it forward and off, remove our pin. So this lever goes into here, that's why we had to take the cap off, and you'll see a little button in here. When you push this in, it moves away from that little button. So what we have to do from here is kind of pull this bottom down. We're going to pull our grip out and away. The grip sets in this, but we can just push this down and kind of tilt it, and we can pull that grip out of the way. We can just set that off to the side. This is throttle by wire, so it just goes right back on. And then when we have this tilted, we can simply pull this lever out like this. Now, as you can see on the end of this grip, this does have grease on it. If you don't have any kind of just all-purpose grease laying around, you can, I guess, take this old grease off and put it on your new lever, but you do need to make sure you have some grease on this part. I'm going to use a little bit of Lucas red and tacky, and we're just going to apply it to the end of this, so it just makes everything in there move a lot smoother. You don't need a bunch, you just need to make sure that you got the part coated. We're going to take our new lever, same way. It's going to go in, it's got to go up under this, so we have to get this pushed down and over. Get our grip back on, make sure that your grip is in that groove. Everything is in place. The grip should be in the groove, so you can't pull the grip off, and it's up against the throttle by wire mechanism on the end. Everything is back in place. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off that old grease that was on there. Once again, with just a little bit of that Lucas red and tacky. Push our lever up into place. Pin in. We pushed any grease out the bottom, make sure to wipe that off. So when you go to put that clip back on and that's loaded full of grease down there, it makes it easy for that clip to slide. We're going to take our housing cover from the front, roll it on just like that. We want to make sure everything is in place. Let's start our top one. Gonna get those snugged up. Get our mirror and our turn signal assembly back on. And of course, you'll have to adjust your mirror where you want it once you get set on the bike. For now, we're just going to torque this down. That, make sure our turn signal assembly pretty straight. So from there, we're going to put our little C-clip back on the bottom of our pin for our lever. Got our little clip installed back on the bottom of our pin. Mirror, turn signal assembly, washer, and our acorn nut. And of course, you'll have to adjust your mirrors after you get set on the bike. And that's it. This side is done. Let's move over to the clutch side. So now we're on the clutch side. We're going to follow our clutch cable down. It goes right down here alongside the frame. The first thing we need to do is give ourselves some slack in the clutch cable up top so we can pull that lever out. Right here at the top, we have a clip that just simply holds that cable to the frame. We're going to take that off. We're going to pull this cable out a little bit, take this rubber boot. You're going to move that up out of the way. This top half of this sheath just simply lifts up like this, and we're going to expose the cable adjustment area. I'm going to zoom in on this area so you can see what we're doing, but this clip right here, this has to come out. If you look on the back side, it just has two little red pieces like this. Just take a little flathead screwdriver, kind of push that forward just like that. Now this will come out. You can take it out like that, but you're going to want to leave it in, but just kind of popped out, not pushed all the way in. Then we have to grab the top of the cable, and we're going to push this down, and then we're going to lock it back into place. And up here on the lever, it's super sloppy now, so that's what we want. Now up here on the lever again, mirror, turn signal, acorn nut washer, same as the other side. All right, I'm going to get that off. Now once again, we have another one of these awesome clips. I'm going to get a light in here where I can see this a little better. Get this clip off. Put it out. Now we're up here at the top, we're going to push our pin up, go ahead and pull it out. So once we get this pulled out, we can pull that cable forward like this. Pull that forward and out like that. Right here on top, I'm going to take out this piece of metal here, take out our cable. We're going to wipe off all the old grease. Once again, just going to put some new grease on everything while we have it out. Now we're going to put just a dab of grease to go in our brass bushing there. This whole area where this lever moves. We're going to take our cable, put our pin back in, make sure that goes all the way through. Pull this back, get this in place. Now what I'll do is go ahead and put my pin in like that. Go ahead and squeeze it. We'll get off any excess grease. This needs to have some grease on it, but just not a ton. So we'll mop up any excess just to keep this install clean. Now before you release that down there and pull that cable back tight, make sure that this is pulled up into place and setting inside the perch. If it's outside here and you release that, it's going to just make this cockeyed and not go in correctly. So just make sure it's inserted into the perch. We're going to move back down here. We're going to push this down, release this clip again. Let that spring back up. Go ahead and push that clip back in. Make sure our clutch is working properly. We're going to pull our sheath back down. Make sure that you pull that rubber boot back down as well. And make sure that you clamp it back to the frame with your clip. Up here, once again, verify that your clutch is working correctly. Go ahead and get the little clip back on the bottom of your pin. Our mirror. Turn signal bracket. Washer. And that's it, your new levers are installed. Like I said, super easy to do, just a couple of tools, you can do this at home. Don't forget to look at the description down below to check the fitment for your bike to make sure it fits your bike. The link will be down in the description as well. Jump over to the Advanblack website and get these things ordered. If you have any questions on this install, you know the deal. Comment section down below. I'll try to help you the best that I can. I'm gonna get out of here, get myself back to work. Hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze.